Morning. So I have another letter I'm sending out, and before I go into what the letter says, I have some messages for the addressees. So first of all, this is going to the Department of Justice and the Attorney General. To the Department of Justice, hi, I'm Ash. I'm being attacked on several levels, and this includes an outstanding case I have with the Law Society of Ontario. It seems that they're dragging their heels, and I have not gotten a response from them regarding being lied to about my father's will. I've included a copy of that letter within the package that will be coming to you. They're dragging their heels while I'm literally being tortured, like I'm being tortured right now, and it's not okay. I need somebody to escalate this to a higher level so that I get some answers here, because I will not be left alone until that happens. Now, the lines of my torture group go all the way into a very famous hockey team and all of the cop shops that I have spoken to. So I'm going to need help at a higher level at this point in time. So please help me. If you want more information on the who's who, I strongly suggest that you watch a whole bunch of my videos and look at the tags, because I'm smart enough not to name names in videos. Now, I sent it to the DOJ, and I've also sent it to everybody that was part of the scam that was sort of scammed against me, which includes the RCMP in Toronto and the one in Ontario. I've addressed this also to Interpol and the FCAC. I've sent copies of this package to a number of regional police departments, even though, honestly, they've all treated me kind of like crap. At some point, I'm going to be going back and looking for all the badge numbers of the cops that I have actually spoken to personally and basically shrugged their shoulders and walked away from me. But I don't have time for that right now. And I probably will be looking at some legal help to help me facilitate that part of this process. I've sent this package to the Anti-Fraud Center as well as the region of Durham and the OPP, which is our provincial police force. Because this scam involved many of the big banks, I've sent this to the CEOs of the 5 big financial institutions in Canada, which is BMO, BNS, RBC, TD, and CIBC. Finally, I've addressed this to Mark Carney, and this is where I ask for help. Mark, I need help. I don't know if you remember me. I don't know if you remember me, but we've met a couple times in the past. I met you through work. If you need a reminder as to who I am, I met with Sherry on Tuesday for lunch. Ted Price hired me when I was 19 years old. I've worked there now for 24 years. No, 23 years. I'm not that old. But I've been off for the past couple years because I have PTSD from my abusive relationship, which I talk about in my report, Quantifying Abuse, which is basically why I'm under attack right now. My life is in danger right now, and I need help. I've been part of an organized harassment group, which, as I mentioned, goes all the way into the cop shop, and a very affluent hockey organization, which I live in the center of. Now, they've gone as far as to impersonate the RCMP. I've called the RCMP, but they don't have jurisdiction over the case unless you tell them to, which is basically my plea for help. I'm asking, please, if you could do me a solid, call the RCMP. They're going to get a copy of this package and get them to take the case, because this is way over the local cop shops' heads. If you could also lean on the Department of Justice, that would be great. But I know you're really busy, and it's a shot in the dark that you even see these videos, but I'm going to post them all over the place. My name and Ted Price's name may also ring some bells with the banks. Hi, guys. It's been a while. I need some help from you, too. My father had a number of accounts, and we're missing his will. Now, I've talked to a whole bunch of lawyers at this point and understand that the law firm that lied to me about my father's will, HS and Partners, was not the law firm that actually wrote his will or notarized it. They are just the ones that lied to me about it. So I don't know what your record keeping, well, we would be involved in these requirements, but I don't know for sure whether it's part of your underwriting for investments, whether or not you would keep copies of his updated will. But if you do and you have any chance to get access to it, I need a copy of his updated will, or at least information about who notarized it. My father's name is in all of the documents, and I've sent you a copy of the inheritance letter. Any information that you have about insurance, scams, where all the money's going, there's definitely a story back here. So any help that you could give me would be really, really appreciated. Next stop, I'm writing to every single notary I can find in the Brampton, Mississauga area. Now I know who it was. I know who had me gang stalked. I know who has my passport. It was my mother. It was my, like, the whole shame all the way up to the top. I don't know how many falsified reports that I'm gonna have to deal with later, but it was my mother the whole time. And how, like, I can't even explain to you the amount of pain that causes. Like, God. Whoo, evil. Like, I had a good cry. I had a good cry the other night about that. And just to my mother, who I know is watching me through my phone, like she's literally hacked into my phone. Um, my father would be disgusted in you. Disgusted. Now I know when we subpoena my mother's text records, we're gonna find a copy of my passport. For anybody around me, any communication with either my brother, my ex, or my mother will now be treated like evidence.